Good evening. My name is Professor Usman Yusuf, and I'm here today, Sunday, the 8th of August, 2021, to talk to you about the unfolding tragedy in our nation, Nigeria, particularly in northern Nigeria. And that tragedy is the abduction of our school children. Over a period of 7 months, from December 2020 to July 2021, a total number of 1,109 students have been abducted from their schools. Over 638 schools have been closed as a precaution against abductions. These abductions were in 8 schools across 4 northern Nigerian states. There have been recorded fatalities, 8 fatalities recorded so far. Fellow Nigerians, we cannot and should not forget this, our children. Let me give you an example. Today as we speak, 92 students from Binniyawuri, a federal government college in Kebbi, are spending their 51st day in captivity with bandits. 83 students from Baptist High School in Kaduna are today spending their 34th day in captivity. Tegina in Niger State, 125 students, many of them just barely nursery school, 4 and 6-year-old. Today they are spending 70th day in captivity with bandits. And we should never forget, I will never forget, Leah Sharib from Dapchi. Today she is spending 3.5 years in captivity with Boko Haram insurgents. Chibok, the very beginning of this tragedy in 2014, we have 112 students still unaccounted for, 7.5 years after this abduction. A total of 413 of our students are still either in the hands of bandits or in the hands of Boko Haram insurgents. We have children. We hug them. We tuck them to bed. It's raining outside as we speak. These children that are in the hands of these murderous bandits or Boko Haram insurgents sleep in the open, on the grass, exposed to the elements, exposed to the sun, the sandstorm, the rain, mosquito, and insect bites. They drink from polluted pond. Many of them have diarrhea and dehydration. They are starved. That's why the ones that get out, you see them, they can't even walk. And many of these little ones are very seriously ill from the long trek into the forest. Many of them are injured. Fellow Nigerians, the reason I'm speaking today is because these children are falling off the radar. We are here in the city, preoccupied with what's on the TV. We cannot forget our children in the forest. Although these children, school abductions make news, they account for just a small fraction of the number of our children in the hands of these murderous bandits or Boko Haram insurgents. In the villages, our rural areas are fertile ground for these bandits and Boko Haram insurgents to go and abduct our children and women into the forest. They don't make headlines because they are the children of the poor and the vulnerable. Our silence is the most tragic of all the tragedy, because silence in the face of evil is itself evil. We have these hundreds of children in the hands of bandits, and the answer of the government is to close schools in a region that that is bedeviled by out-of-school children, illiteracy, under-enrollment. We are being said by banditry and Boko Haram decades back. Many of these children that are released from captivity, their parents will never take them back to school. What that means is that the girls get married off early, they give birth early, with its attendant complications of high maternal mortality, VVF, and the babies die early. And you have the circle of poverty continuing. What is the answer of our politicians? Our politicians, many of the parents call us looking for help. They are not talking to them. Politicians are preoccupied with politics. 2023, scramble for office for 2023. I mean, this is unconscionable. Sometimes I wonder how our leaders go to sleep. Many of them do not even stay in their states. They are here in Abuja, politicking, and these children are in the forests. The parents have nowhere to go to. And those that are released, we have heard from the parents of children of Greenfield University that they gave these bandits ransom of 185 million naira before they were released. Money I've never seen. How do they get this money? All these parents sell whatever they got to get their children out. No government, local, state or federal, gives parents this money to get their children out. Whereas it is the failure of government to protect their children in school that led to these abductions. These bandits ride into cities at will, villages, on hundreds of motorcycles, cutting away children. It started during this administration in Ankara, Katsina State, where these bandits rode into the town, cutted away over 300 students into the forest. They gave their freedom days later, 6, 7, 8 later. And then the bandits went again and did it in Jengebe in Zamfara State. Again, they went to Kagara. Again, they went to Tegina. So it's all over. 7.5 years after Chibok, it means this government and this nation has not learned a thing in protecting our children. Any nation that cannot protect its most vulnerable, there cannot be any population more vulnerable than our children. Any nation that cannot protect its most vulnerable, that nation cannot be said to be a compassionate nation. I call on all men and women of conscience, regardless of faith or geographic origin, to speak up. And I call on the international community to pressure our government to do more in bringing out our children out of school, out of the forest, and to protect our schools, and to do all that is possible to bring these criminals to justice. Our schools are not safe. Rural areas, our people are not safe. They don't sleep in their homes. Our farmers cannot go to the farm because these bandits are putting levy on them. Our roads are not safe. Security is the primary responsibility of government. You cannot continue politicking when our people are not safe. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. 2023, the scramble for office may just be a bridge too far if this insecurity persists. But we must, as a people, speak up and rise up against this continued abduction of our children and put pressure on our government, whose responsibility it is to protect us in the first place, to bring our children out of captivity. Parents are lost. They call us. We are at loss. We reach government. Nobody is picking our phone. It is the responsibility of government to bring our children out. They don't have voices as parents. Those of us that can speak up, it is our duty and our responsibility to do that. Our traditional rulers and our clerics should be the conscience of our people and speak up. For on that day that is certain, all of us will be asked, what did you do when your children were being abducted into the forest? What did we do? How our leaders go to sleep, I do not know. Because their children are not in the schools. It is the duty of government to protect us. And it is their duty to bring these children out of the hands of these criminals. And to make sure you bring these criminals to justice. And let our people go back to their farms, let our people go back to their villages, and protect our schools so our children can go back to school in peace. I call on everybody to speak up, for silence in the face of evil is itself evil. I pray to God Almighty to give the parents of these children console them, and to touch the hearts of our leaders and guide them to do that which is right and just. I thank you very much.